Hi guys, Dave Man Max 6. We're back at Gold's Gym, the Mecca. It's B-Built by Broser, and we have James back today. James looks different already. Eric, what's going on, man?
Well, you know, I haven't seen James in a couple weeks. He's been using my diet and my training for the last couple of weeks. We actually filmed him training exactly 2 weeks ago today. So you and I came by for a workout today. James lives close by, so I said, hey, shoot by, let me see what you're looking like. And I have to say that I am really, really happy, because to me, what I see and what you see and what people have been telling him is that he already looks bigger, he looks fuller, he looks healthier, and he looks more defined at the same time, which is what exactly we want to do. I have him eating a lot more food than he ate before, which he was worried about. He's having trouble putting it down for the first couple of days, but now he says it's no problem because I knew his metabolism increased. He says his pumps are much better in the gym, but I'll let him tell you more, but I'm very happy after 2 weeks.
Yeah. All right, James, so talk to me about those first 2 weeks and how has it been going so far. Obviously, you're doing the work, because as soon as we came in, we saw you talk to your friend Chad, and we're like, whoa, look at his face already. His face looks much thinner, and you do look, you know, fuller and leaner and more vascular. So tell me, how were those first 2 weeks on the program?
At first it was difficult. I wanted to jump right in, so I started with the meals on the Saturday, and then we did the workout on the Sunday.
Yep.
Chasing the meals was tough in the first little while. My body wasn't used to consuming such quantities of food. I think I was like 5 pounds of food a day. So every meal it's like, ooh, you gotta hold this next meal down, next meal. Like, you get a bit of a mental challenge. But once I got past the first few days, now I find my body's actually hungry for the next meal. So I need to get.
So you're a big guy. I mean, what did you start? What was your body weight when you first started?
I was about, I think it was 238 maybe.
Okay, you seem bigger than that. So you didn't eat that much.
No, I would eat, like, you know, salads and like 1 can of tuna. But
why?
Now,
Why so little food?
You think eating less and eating clean will keep you lean.
Okay.
So I had to buy into a wholly different system. So I totally went against my belief system, but I jumped in with both feet. I just trust Merlin knew what he was doing, and proof's in the pudding, man. It really paid off.
So that was a big change. The first thing you noticed right away is, whoa, this is a lot of food.
This is a lot of food, yeah. My body has to start assimilating all this food and dealing with this food. You got to digest this food, and then you got to make another meal, and you got the dishes. It's a constant. It's a life change, totally.
Yeah.
But once you change it now, you're like, hey, you're looking thicker. It's only been 2 weeks, and I feel like I walk by myself in the mirror in the bath, and you know.
Talk about the workout. Talk about the workout.
Oh, the workouts are. They look small on paper until you actually get about 3/4 of the way through the workout, and you just like start cursing bad words. Because the intention is to keep the tension on the muscle for a longer duration of time, correct movements, full range of motion, and it's been humid here the last week, so it's been some difficult workouts, really pumping some sweat out, phenomenal pumps. Like, I have my tricep and my lat are touching in a different place that they never used to touch before. I'm only 2 weeks in, and
wow.
I'm excited to see what 2 months and 4 months look like.
You have a little deadline coming up. What is that? Talk about it.
Yeah, we're doing some promotion for The Masked Saint, which is a feature film coming out in January. I think we're going to be teaming up with a certain wrestling promotion. I think the first one we're teaming up with is Global Force. We're doing a show in Vegas, I believe, on August 20th. A live show. So 4 weeks from now. Yeah, 4 weeks from now. So this is 2 weeks in, so another 4 weeks will be double again. I'm pretty excited. Man.
I would love to see you back on the show in 4 weeks, right before you leave. That'd be interesting to see what he looks like. Huh?
That'd be great. Yeah, I formulated a little plan for him since he gave him his deadline. So we'll unveil something a little different in 4 weeks, and then from there we'll just keep building on
his carpet events and his promotion. That's his bodybuilding contest to him.
Yeah, for him, the red carpet and all that kind of stuff. That's his bodybuilding show.
That's
so
really
it's a
cool.
Bit different, but. I can't wait until I get to go on one of those red carpets with him. Sometimes that could be a little bit more fun than sitting in the audience at a bodybuilding show, right?
That's awesome, dude. Okay, well, thanks for coming back, James. Today we're gonna keep following up with you, man. So don't fall off the Merlin Express.
All
right, thanks, James. All right, thanks, Eric.
Okay, so here on B-Built by Broser. I want to take the time today to show you guys a unique exercise that I use for chest. It's hard to describe the movement. Actually, you'll kind of see when I do it what is going on. But the idea behind this movement is it's a great movement for contracting the chest. The contracted portion of the movement is what we're focusing on. There's not a tremendous stretch. This is a movement that I like to use at the end of a workout. High reps, usually 10 at the minimum, up to 20, and it just forces a lot of blood into the muscle, and it gives you a contraction in the chest that you've never felt before. I personally think that it's an even better and harder contraction than a seated fly machine or a cable crossover. As you'll see, the movement, it just concentrates on that squeeze, and it's very unique, and I think you should give it a try, but let me show you how to do it first. I'm doing it on this machine here. It's a hammer strength. It could be done on any seated press machine where you're going to have room to put your legs. Dave will show you where my legs are. Some machines don't allow for it, so you have to find a machine that will allow you to stretch your legs out in front of them.
But this is a flat, though. It's not an incline, or it's a flat press machine.
Yeah, it's a flat press machine, but the good thing about it is that with most of these machines, you can adjust the seat up or down. So actually, you can actually be pressing higher, or you can be pressing lower, where you can get a different emphasis on the chest. So I have it set up here right now. I'm going to do the left arm. So you can see, this is my body position here. My lat is pressing up against the pad, and then my elbow go behind the pad.
I see.
Actually, I'm not gripping the bar. I'm actually just holding the bar in my palm, which I feel better that way. Right here is the movement. I'm going to push. I like to keep my hand here on the chest and feel that squeeze. Squeeze the chest.
So you can't really go that far up. It's a very short movement.
Yeah, see, the movement is very, very short. Obviously, there's not much of a stretch. So it's really almost like a half movement, maybe 2/3 movement. And you can't push that far because the chest is actually contracting so hard there's nowhere else for it to go. It's going to bang against the other side of your chest.
Yeah.
But the way, like right now, I could feel it. Now, I know a lot of people talk about how can I build the inner chest, outer chest. You can't really do that. You can't isolate the fibers on the inner chest. But if you want to feel your inner chest, if you want to actually feel that pain there and feel like you're pumping up that part of it, this movement is absolutely amazing for it. And here's on the right side, just to show you real quick, same thing. As you can see, my torso stays in the exact same spot. You want to squeeze at the top and hold it, so we're not using a lot of weight.
That's really good.
It's a really nasty contraction. Like I said, it's also great, pre-contest when you want to feel that squeeze and you want to think about bringing out those striations, when you want to focus on being able to flex the chest harder. It's just a great movement. It's very unique. It feels different than any other chest movement, but definitely throw it in at the end of the workout. It's not meant to be done heavy. Definitely 10, 15, 20 reps and squeeze it really hard, and you'll definitely feel a major soreness in your chest the next day from it. So,
all right,
great movement.
Cool. Thanks. All right, so what else you got going, Eric, on this B-Built?
All right, what I want to do today is a few different things. I want a couple of shout-outs that I want to make. I had 2 people compete yesterday who I'm very, very proud of, and I wrote everything down. I'm not embarrassed to tell you that I'm low in oxygen because Dave and I just trained, so I'm kind of loopy, so I want to make sure I want to remember everybody. So Jonathan Douglas, Team B-Built for years now. He's been following me for so many years. I love you, dude. He came into the Yankee Classic yesterday in the best shape of his life. He just missed first place. He got second place in the Open. I think he was light heavyweights. And by his own admission, he's like, I was in the best shape of my life, so I'm happy. And we're really, really thrilled with that. I'm really, really proud of him. And Kathy, I have no idea, Kathy, I might totally brutalize your last name. It's like Mariana. And that could be totally wrong, but I'm sorry if it is. But I just want to shout out to you. Kathy is a bikini athlete. She placed 4th. She did the Open women's class. She's 40 years old. She was going against all girls who are about 22, 23 years old, and she still placed 4th. She's an isogenics athlete, and she's absolutely awesome. We're going to take a little break right now. Next year, we're going to come back in 2016 and go for a pro card. So those are my 2 shout-outs to my competitors yesterday, and now I want to shout out to a very, very good client of mine, Max Vladimir. Maximilian, dude. Great kid. I've been training for a few years. He always has great questions for me. And normally I just answer those questions either directly by email or on my Ask the Coach Monday. But I said, shoot me a good question that I can use on the show, which he was happy. He sent me like 5 questions. He's like, here's your choice. He's always full of best questions. So anyway, this is what he wanted to know. He said, what exercises besides the classic bent rows and reverse grip pull downs do you recommend for the lower lats? And I'm going to tell you right now, there's no such thing as lower and upper lats. There is upper and lower chest. They are somewhat divided. There's obviously an inner and outer bicep. There's 3 different heads of the triceps. There's different heads of the deltoid. But the lats pretty much, you know, their origin insertion is pretty much just one, you know, origin insertion. You can't really, a lot of people think, oh, how can I lower my lats if they're high and make them further down in the waist? You honestly cannot do that. So there's no exercise that's going to do that. I mean, you can, what I always tell people to do, and one of my clients and everybody else, is to always hit the lats from different angles so you can hit different motor unit pools, you can hit different muscle fibers, so you get complete lat development. And in order to do that, you want to hit different angles. I call them planes of motion. So you want to do pull down movements, you want to do seated row movements, and you want to do bent row movements. So you're pulling from different angles. And you can use different angles in between those as well, in between a pull down and a seated row. So you have several angles to work in there as well. You also want to use different grips. You want to use an overhand grip for one movement. You want to use a parallel grip for another movement, and you want to use an underhand grip for a movement. You could do that as well, which will also change because your elbows are close to the body here and here, but with a wide grip, they're out here, so you're emphasizing a different part of the back. And then another thing that you want to do is you want to vary the rep range, you want to vary the tempo, you want to use a big stretch on the muscle. A lot of people skip the stretch on lat pull downs and bent rows. You want to get a stretch and a complete contraction. So I'm just going to say to you, there's no exercise particularly that's going to lower your lats. You just want better overall lat development by hitting a variety of movements, a variety of angles, a variety of grips, and of course rep ranges and tempos and all those types of things as well are going to contribute to overall growth, and that's how you get the best back possible.
Thanks, Eric.